You know that break between semesters? It's the perfect time for a bit of a reset. So in the next few minutes, we're going to break down 12 small, practical moves you can make right now to build a super strong foundation for the term ahead.
So, are you feeling that mix of excitement and maybe just a little bit of dread about the upcoming term? Yeah, that's totally normal. But what if you could use this quiet moment to get a real strategic head start? That's exactly what we're here to do. We're going to break down 12 simple tips that can seriously become your biggest advantage. Think of it as a low-effort, high-impact toolkit that'll help you build confidence and get a better handle on things before classes even kick off. All right, here's our game plan. We're going to tackle this semester reset in 3 main parts. First, we'll sharpen your study game. Then, we'll talk about how to plan for some easy wins. And finally, we'll get into how to boost your brain power. All of this will set you up for your next move. Let's dive in. First up, sharpening your study game. This is all about making a crucial shift, moving from being a passive learner, just letting the information wash over you, to becoming a proactive one. And trust me, this one change can totally transform your results.
So let's talk about the key difference between passive and active learning. We've all been there, right? Spending hours just rereading our notes, hoping something will stick. That's passive. Active learning, on the other hand, is all about testing yourself. While rereading might feel productive, the real magic, the learning that actually sticks, happens when you force your brain to pull that information out of storage. That's what really builds strong connections.
So how do you actually practice this active recall thing? Well, here are 3 super simple ways. First, use your phone. After a lecture, just record a quick voice note summarizing the main points. Second, grab a pen. After a study session, take literally 1 minute and just scribble down everything you can remember. And third, use your calendar. Start revisiting material in short bursts over time. That's spaced practice, instead of waiting to cram it all in at the last minute. Here's another powerful little trick. It's called 2 stars and a wish. It's simple. For any topic you're studying, you identify 2 things you really get. Those are your stars. Then you pinpoint 1 thing you're still a little shaky on, and that's your wish. This is amazing because it helps you laser focus your revision time exactly where you need it most.
Okay, now that you've got some powerful study techniques, let's build on that with our second section, planning for easy wins. This is all about creating systems that set you up for success. And hey, good planning isn't boring. It's your secret weapon against feeling overwhelmed.
We all know that feeling of staring at a massive, intimidating assignment. So how do you tackle it? You just break it down. As soon as you get those deadlines, divide the work into smaller, manageable parts. Then create tiny little mini tasks for each part. The simple act of starting and checking off these small items builds momentum, and suddenly that giant project feels way less scary.
You know, this same idea applies to your goals. Vague goals like study more are basically useless because you can't measure them. But specific actions like rewrite my lab notes or review 2 chapters, those are concrete. When your goals are that clear, you know exactly what you need to do, and you get that sweet satisfaction of actually checking something off your to-do list.
Okay, let's talk about 3 little habits that will save you a ton of stress later on. First, organize your digital space now. Bookmark your course pages. Second, when you find a source for a paper, check if it's credible right then and there, not the night before it's due. And finally, please, use your professor's office hours. It's free, personalized help that can save you hours of struggling.
So, great study habits and a solid plan are crucial, but they're really only part of the equation. Our final section is all about how to boost your brain power by focusing on that critical link between your mindset, your well-being, and your academic performance. This next one might be the simplest but most effective tip of all. Get outside every single day. Seriously, even a quick walk makes a huge difference. Getting daylight is proven to improve your focus, your mood, and your productivity, especially during those darker winter months. It's a tiny action with a massive return on investment for your brain. I just love this idea. Make learning creative and meaningful. Link your studies to bigger goals for inspiration. When you can connect what you're learning to something you genuinely care about, whether it's a future career or just a personal interest, motivation suddenly stops being such a struggle. And if you're sitting there thinking, how do I make organic chemistry creative? It's totally possible. Try singing difficult concepts to a song you already know. It sounds silly, but it works. Or find some popular books written by the experts in your field to see the bigger picture. The key is to connect your coursework to a larger goal. That way, it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a step on your path. All right, let's bring this all home and figure out your next move. We've covered a lot of ground, and it all fits together into one simple, powerful framework for success.
So here it is, your semester success framework in a nutshell. First, you sharpen your study game with active techniques like recall and reflection. Second, you plan for easy wins by breaking down tasks and setting super specific goals. And third, you boost your brain power by taking care of yourself and finding your own motivation. These three pillars all support each other to create a really solid system for learning.
All these tips are great, but knowledge without action is pretty useless, right? So here is the most important question. Looking at everything we've just covered, which quick win are you going to try first? Pick one, just one, and commit to it. That small step is the beginning of a great semester.